Good day, everybody. Patty Dooley here with Tupperware, and we are on day 4 of our 5 days of soups and stuff. So today I thought I'd just change it up a little bit because I have a lot of people ask me about making beef stew in the pressure cooker. You can do that, and that's what we're going to do today. So we are going to use the pressure cooker right here. I used this just the other day. If you want to, go back to my playlist up. It'll be somewhere up here, maybe closer to the end of the video, that you can check out the other soups and stuff that I have done. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time that I come on. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. So this is going to be really quick and easy today. I've already prepped everything, so it really is just dump, cook, and do whatever you got to do kind of thing. So let me put you down here where you can see what I'm doing right here. So we have talked about the pressure cooker before. It is a pressure cooker that you use in the microwave and not on a stove. Just a quick rundown. It has a lid lock here. It is not a handle, so never pick your pressure cooker up by this. The top twists on and off. It has a gasket on the inside. It's got the little, what I call the little minion. His little head goes up and down, so you'll know when steam is coming out, and you'll know when steam is done. And if it's in right, he's doing the splits inside here. So make sure your little minion is doing the splits inside. So that way you know if you take this out, and you can take it out to wash it, you always put it back in the right way. Because if you put it in and he's doing this, if you're looking at him doing the splits up here, it's wrong. Stop. Don't cook, because it will mess up on you. And then you've got a pressure release over here as well. So this, like I said, it's going to be fast. It's going to be an easy recipe. It's not necessarily what is the recipe, but simply what you can do with the Tupperware product. And like I said, today we are going to do some beef stew. I've got the beef right here. This is about 1.25 pounds in there. Plenty for us. Actually, we don't eat a lot of beef like this to begin with, so it's not every day I cook beef stew this way. Then in here I have some carrots and potatoes, some onion. If you want to add other stuff to your recipe, do that. Go ahead. It's your recipe. And then I have a brown gravy mix. My husband likes it better with brown gravy mix, so I'm going to be putting that in there. So, like I said, it's just dump, put your broth in, put it in the microwave, do what you have to do, and then come back when it's done. That easy. You don't have to stand over the stove watching and stirring. Now, if you want to simmer a nice big pot on the stove, by all means do that. But if you don't have time, this is a quick and easy way to do it. So we are just going to put the meat right there. I'm going to set this out of the way. Like I said, this is 1.25 pounds. You can cook roasts in here as well. I think I've done one on my VIP group. I can't remember if I did or not, but if I haven't, I'll try to get one on here by cooking just a roast in it. And then to that, I'm going to throw in a bay leaf. Well, gotta open this top to get it out. Seasonings really depends on what you like. I'm putting in 2 bay leaves there. Then I have some fresh garlic, because I have to have my garlic. And we're going to break that off in here. Squeeze it in. So like I said, this recipe is not going to take long because it's a dump and go. And then I'm going to put a little salt on here because I am personally using unsalted broth. So I'm going to put a little bit in for the meat and stuff. And then I'm just going to dump all my potatoes. I've just got these little tiny round red potatoes that I cut up and quartered. I put in 3 carrots, some celery, some onion. I kind of cut the onion big this time. So all of that is in there, and that's it. To that, I'm going to take a thing of beef broth, and I'm gonna pour a little bit into my cup here, so that way I can mix that brown gravy packet in here and get it all mixed up, kind of like a slurry, and then pour it in there. So that way you're not trying to stir it up and break up clumps inside there. Now, a lot of people are afraid to cook in the microwave. It's like, oh, my stuff turns out tough, it turns out too bad. Well, there's steps that you can take on learning how to do that in the microwave. A lot of it comes down to time, what you set your power on. You know, people think that they put it in the microwave and it just cooks instantly. Well, yeah, it cooks faster, but there's still steps to take to make it turn out tender. So we've got all that mixed in right here. I'll wipe my stuff off. And then I'm going to take this broth right here, pour it in. Like I said, if you want other seasonings, you want other vegetables, by all means, put that in there. It's your recipe. Do what you want. And the pressure cooker holds, this is a 2-quart pressure cooker. Now inside there is a max line. You can go just a little bit past the max line, but you don't want to fill it up so full that you can't, it won't build up steam is what it'll do. You have to leave that headspace in there for it to build up steam inside the pressure cooker and to work good. Will it still cook it? It'll still cook, but it won't be working like it's supposed to. So we're just gonna pour this in. That was about 4, well, a container holds 4 cups of broth. Just give this a stir. And once it's done, you can taste your seasoning. Once it's done, that's when I'll go back and add some more salt to it and pepper and things like that. So we're good to go there. So from here, I am just going to put the top on. There's 2 arrows. There's one here and one here, and then one on each side of the handle. So you're going to match those arrows up right here, and then just twist that on, and then put this lid lock on here just like that. Snaps on, and close it, and you are ready to go. So I'm going to cook this for about 25 minutes, and then I'm going to have to let it cool down to where the little minion's head is down, and then it's safe to open up. At that time, I'll come back and we'll check it. You can check your meat at that time once it's cooled down. If it's not as tender as you want it to be, since it's pressured down, you can go ahead and put the top back on and cook it for like 10-15 minutes longer, however you think time needs to be done to get it more tender. So you stay right there. 25 minutes later, I'll be back. So I'll see you in just a moment. Okay, so I let this cook for 25 minutes in the microwave. The little pressure valve is down. Everything, there's no steam coming out of anything. So we're going to release the top from the pressure cooker and twist the top off. Remember to always open away from your face so that you don't get that steam and everything up there on you. So we're going to give this a stir. Now if you want to thicken your broth up more to like a thick stew, you can do a little bit of cool broth with maybe 1/4 of a cup of flour, make a slurry, pour it in here, and then put it back in for, you can leave the top off, put it in for a few moments, and then just watch it and stir it. But we want to check and see about the meat. Sometimes the meat needs a little bit longer, and that's fine. But we're going to cut this here. See how done it is? The meat is done. Basically, I want to see if it's tender. It could use about 10 more minutes in the pressure cooker, maybe 10-15 more minutes. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Like I said, the meat is done. And I think at this time I'll go ahead and do just a little bit of slurry. Put this back in here. Let me get a little bit of water. And we'll get the flour out. And we're just going to put a few spoonfuls into this to make it a little bit thicker. That's about 4 tablespoons of flour. Maybe a half a cup of water. We're going to stir this around. Make that slurry. Make sure there's no lumps in it and that it's smooth. Get those few last little lumps of flour there. And at this time you can taste your broth. See, you know, if it's seasoned the way you want. Does it need a little more salt? Whatever it is that you want to put in there. And then go ahead and put that in. Adjust your flavors. So you can see that slurry right there. I'm going to pour that in. And we're going to stir this around. And we're going to put this back in the microwave because it's pressured down, so we can do that. We're going to put the top back on it. And I just really want the meat a little more tender. And now it may be to the doneness that you like. Take it out, taste it, see. If you like it that way, great. If not, put it back in for a little more time. We're going to put the lid lock on it. I'm going to put this back in the microwave for about 15 minutes. And then that should be done, and we will come back and plate this up and show you how it turned out. So stay right here and I will be right back. Okay, so I put this in for another 15 minutes. Little Minion's head is down, no steam coming out of here. So we're going to open this up. Take this off. Always steam. It is bubbling away in here. And the broth has thickened up. Now you could add a little more potatoes or carrots in here. But we're going to go ahead and test this meat. You find the piece in here. A bit bigger piece, I think. We're going to cut this. Oh yeah, that's real tender right there. So that extra 15 minutes is all it took. Now you want to, if you're cooking, you can cook it up to 30 minutes at a time. Take it out, pressure it down, and then put it back in and finish cooking that way. Don't try to do it for the whole length of time. And the reason being is that the steam builds up in your microwave, because when that comes out, this little side right here, get that stuff off. This little one right here, it is really blowing some steam out while it's cooking. So that's the reason why you have to do it for 30 minutes at a time, and then come back and test it and see how you want it to do. So I'm going to take me a little bite of this. Yeah, that's much more tender there. Much more. Really good flavor, good tender. So this is going to be one of those things, if you're cooking a roast in here, if you're cooking stew meat, something in here, you know, that needs to cook a little bit longer to tenderize, you can do it in here. Like I said, you just make sure that you let the steam go down before you try to open it. And do not put it underneath cold water in your sink, because it only takes about 10 minutes for it to go down. Yeah, I could have put some more potatoes and carrots in there for sure, but it's still good. But right there is our beef stew. Like I said, do it to your recipe, how you like. I'm still, the meat's really good. But that's it for today. Let me turn you up here where I can see you. So we have the beef stew done. We did that in the pressure cooker. If you have questions about the pressure cooker, if you have questions about how to cook anything in it, you can always comment down below and I will get back with you. You can always email me at pattydooley@hotmail.com, or you can always message me on Facebook. Just look up TW Patty Dooley on Facebook. I'll have the links for that down in the description below. I'm really not going to write ingredients on this because it can be a basic beef stew that you like to do. You know, any type of recipe that you like to do, any seasonings that you like to do. The basics of today was just to show you how to cook it in the pressure cooker. So if you have questions, I'll be glad to get with you. So I think I'm going to put the card up here where you can click on it and get to the other recipes that we've done this week. This is day 4 of our soup week. We got one more day left, and I am going to show you how to do an Asian flair soup tomorrow with the smart multi cooker. I have to get that straight. So you won't want to miss that. So you guys be blessed, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.